Hopefully everybody can hear me. Today we are just off Nawamin Road, Patiwikon Market. We're close by there at a little coffee shop. Oh, is it starting to rain now? Yes, it is. It's starting to rain right when we start streaming here. Interesting. I may have to go inside. Carlos, how you doing? How's the US of A? So it is raining here, but I'm gonna hang out here for a minute. I want to finish my little croissant that I had. I just was inside, sitting inside, then I came back outside because they're playing a lot of music in there. And it's loud. There's nobody in there, but tired. I know the feeling. You said the R word. What's the R word? Oh, that's right. Bob told me about that. Is it subsiding? Getting better? Rain. Well, it is. I mean, it's not too bad. I'm not going to go running yet, but if it starts raining a little bit harder, I will. Anyway, we're here at this joint. Cases by the bulk. Yeah, flooding ain't no joke. I was here when it flooded, and I was in this little village, and it was it got pretty nasty. Everybody had to swim their way out. All right, I'm done. Almost done. So I found out about this place through a Thai friend of mine, and you're counting the days. That says something. Shit, I don't want my notes to get wet. I really don't want to go inside because they're very loud. I got myself a dirty coffee. This place reminds me of Sarni's. Same prices too. And it's a ways away from my house. I thought it was in another direction for some reason. I think I'm gonna have to go inside, which kind of sucks, but that's the way it goes. So, no monetization for this live stream. Anyway, let's go inside. We'll give you a little look. I hope you guys can hear everything okay. Thank you. Photo. So we'll just come back in here. I'm gonna get an espresso. Photo. Anyway, nice place. Very modern. Very chic. This is where I was sitting out here. And it gets very busy on the weekends and afternoons, but it's a nice place. Very nice place. I've been here for about 30 minutes. The name of the place is Drippin. Drippin Cafe. So anyway, we're going to talk about something this morning. As the title says, we're going to talk about well, I don't want to call him a young man, but he's not old. He's had some problems in the United States. And, you know, we always talk about, oh, it's getting so bad, but this kind of takes the cake. I mean, you know, every once in a while you go, oh, no, that couldn't have happened. But this did happen. It's all legit. I actually interviewed him, sat down with him. He didn't want his face on camera because he still works at this place, and he doesn't want to get fired for talking about it. He's kind of in the clear right now, but the company is pressuring him in numerous ways, which I'll get into in a few minutes. And you know, over the years of me being here, I've been like, it didn't used to be like that when I was there. And then I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. Nah, it's only for a few guys. Now I'm like, I'm hearing it more and more and more. And this is not only like a gender thing, an identity thing, racism thing. There's so many problems in the United States that need to be addressed now. I think a lot of people are just going, they just throw their arms up and they go, well, I don't want anything, I don't want to deal with it anymore. And so with that, let me get into his story here, which I'm sort of calling Shut Your Mouth or Find Another Job. You won't believe what this guy went through. And his name, strangely enough, you won't believe this, but it's true. His name is Hunter. Hunter the American. And can you guys hear me all right? Because I'm using this Rode wireless mic now. And it should work really well. The sound should be improved on the videos and in the streams. But anyway, his name is Hunter. He's 46 years of age, and he's worked at this airline for 17 years. He has a Thai girlfriend. He's traveled to Thailand before. He loves his job. He loves what he does. But he hates the managerial politics and the political correctness and the environment that he's working in. And he doesn't even have to deal with it all that much because it's not like, you know, he's not in the office every day working all the time. It's nothing like that. But, you know, these are big corporations. Airlines are big corporations, obviously. There's a lot of money going in and out, and they're very, just like all corporations, they want to so be inclusive that they don't understand that they're excluding other people, and they're pissing the majority of people are getting pissed off. So let me get into it a little bit more here. He took a holiday approximately 8-9 years ago, and then he's been coming to Thailand every once in a while. His last trip was in late May. And, you know, upon returning, he got the usual questions from his co-workers and friends. You know, how was your trip? Where did you go? What'd you do this time? That kind of thing. He said, oh, I went to Thailand. So, of course, he mentioned, I went to Thailand. I had a great time. It's always a great time there. He said where he went around Thailand. Now, one place, which I'm not going to say the name of it, but, you know, one place is known for its nightlife scene. We can call it Bangkok, we can call it Chiang Mai, we can call it Phuket, we can call it Pattaya, whatever, it doesn't matter. But it is a city here in Thailand. And so he got into a conversation, just polite conversation. Oh yeah, I had a great time. This is where I went. And so this person, who was a female co-worker, she had a friend or a co-worker, associate, whatever you want to call it. I guess she wasn't really a great friend, but she went to the girl and she said, oh yeah, you know, Hunter just went to XYZ, ABC, and, you know, he had a great time. Oh, yeah, I know about that place. I know what he was there for. And the girl said, well, he went to go see his girlfriend. So, you know, that was the end of it. Now, I guess a little bit of time goes by. Next thing you know, he's hit with a suspension notice. The reason for his suspension was that apparently it was thought that he was frequenting prostitutes. Now, first of all, he didn't say anything about this. He did not mention the word prostitute. He did not say prostitute. He did not, you know, say that he was out whoring around or anything like that. He was having a good time, doing his thing with his girlfriend, Thai girlfriend. I can't even believe I got to talk about this. But now, I did sit down with this guy just a little while ago, but I sat down with the guy and had the conversation with him. I didn't believe it at first. I was like, no way. How can they do that? Yeah, well, they can. It's just like, you can sue anybody you want. Doesn't mean you're going to win. But you can sue anybody, whether something happened or not. You really want to sue somebody, you can sue them. So, the woman had filed a complaint, apparently, and he got suspended, pending further investigation. Now, I guess a couple of months went by, and they call him in. He gives his side of the story. And, you know, he's waiting around. Now, he's well paid. He loves his job. He doesn't want to leave the company. He just doesn't want any problems. So, he gets a notice, come on in, we're going to give you the results. Everything swept aside. He's clear. He said, yeah, well, I don't appreciate being put through this. Now, he got paid for the time he was off, but he missed out on some opportunities that he wished that he had not missed out on. Now, you know, I'm speaking very carefully for a reason, and I don't always speak this carefully, but I'm doing it for his benefit because, like I said, I interviewed him, and actually I was going to alter his voice and just have the camera on me. I was going to have a picture in the background, you know, could have put a black screen in front of him with a shadow or something, but in the end, it just worked out better where I tell you about this. I mean, I have the footage, it's legit. I don't doubt the guy anymore. Because he went through a lot of specifics with me that I can't get into because he's still working there. He's making a hell of a lot of money, and he doesn't want to lose his job because he wants to retire in style. So, like I said, he's 46. So they just say, okay. He says, hey, I want to do something about this. This is wrong. You can't just accuse me of something and put my job at risk. And they say, you can't do anything because that would be considered revenge. So this is a perfect example of someone saying something derogatory, inflammatory, ludicrous. It's ludicrous. And they have little to no recourse. And in the meantime, the damage has already been done. So he's like, hey, I wonder, you know, why would they be doing this? Why are they pushing it so much? And who knows the real reason? Could be because he makes a lot of money. They want to get rid of him. They don't want to pay out. I don't know exactly what it is, but he can't file any complaint related to this case. I don't know how that happens, how that works. I don't know what the guidelines are. You know, there's a union, and I don't know everything about that. But as soon as he got back, they handed him a tag, and they told him to choose a gender pronoun, which, you know, if there's some doubt as to what you are, I don't care what anybody says. From now on, I want you to call me Superman. Don't call me he. Don't call me him. Don't call me by my name. Call me Superman. Exactly. And Jim, I'm sure you know what I'm referring to. Anybody who's involved in the corporate culture, and what's so funny is my wife even said it's starting to become more prevalent in her company and many other companies with people that she speaks with. And that's in Southeast Asia, so what does that say? It's spreading. But he was told to wear a gender identity pronoun tag. And he said, no, I won't do it. So he doesn't know what's going to happen about that, but they haven't said anything yet. But like I would say the same thing. No, I'm not wearing it. Why do I need to wear it? Do I look? I mean, I'm not. This is the thing. People are too easily offended. If you're offended because someone gets it wrong and says she went to the store, oh, it's not a she. Oh, really? Well, then obviously there's a discrepancy, and you know what? I don't think the majority of people are going to have a problem saying, oh, she didn't go to the store, he went to the store. I didn't know it was a he. That's all. I don't even know what to say about this because it's so crazy. It's so out there. And this is something, or you know, like some of the things that Biden has said, even some of the things Trump has said, you know, I don't want to favor either side. I want to be neutral here, sort of. Even though I'm not, everybody knows how I think, but, well, almost everybody that watches. But it's gotten so out of hand that people are just going, screw it, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to deal with this anymore. And you cannot imagine, almost every person I speak to now is like, I got to get away and get away quick. And there is something to be said for the fact that, you know, there's a reason why the people are telling me this. It's because this is the what's the word I'm looking for? You know, I'm surrounded by people who are fairly like-minded. There are some people in the United States who would never think of leaving, and while we think, oh, everything is so bad, everything is terrible, you know, I'm sure you can drive down the street and things are going on and you don't have any problems. You go to work, you don't have any problems. But the percentage of problems that are happening and all the other problems, the problems between Republicans and Democrats, listen, I hate to tell them, they're not out for their party. This is not how it's supposed to work. They're not out for their own party. They're out for the people. And, you know, you see it here in Thailand. It's politicians everywhere. And, you know, I don't want to start ranting about this, but you can't trust them. They're all out for themselves, and they all have their own agendas. And the agendas are not citizen-driven the majority of the time. And yes, I'll stereotype politicians just like lawyers. So, let me go on here, though. So he started to say to them, what's going on? Why do I have to wear this tag? And they can't answer him. Now, I did say to him, is there some kind of a class that they make you take? And he only had to take a class on diversity and inclusion. And, you know, the United States is held to a higher standard. I'm almost at the point now where I think instead of holding everyone to a higher standard, just ask people to be decent and deal with situation by situation instead of forcing people, ramming it down their throat. You must do this, you must do that. I don't need a class on diversity. I've traveled all over the world. I wouldn't travel all over the world. I'd stay in, Podunk, Wisconsin, where there's, where I'm amongst my people, whatever that may be, Caucasians. But I travel all over the world. I've been with Asians, I'm not even going to get into it. I'm married to an Asian. What do I need a class for? I don't need a class to tell me that you need to be decent to people and respect them and all that other stuff. But I wanted to read something. But also he did get into how that the dating scene in the United States is really gotten to the point where the vast majority of the women are taken by a very small percentage of the men. Now, in the past, they've said, well, you got to have something going on for yourself, which is true. You do have to have something going on. If you're a guy and you got nothing, you got no job, you got no hope, then you better concentrate on yourself instead of concentrating on a woman. I mean, you know, because most decent women who have something going for them want a guy that has something going for them. But I didn't know that now there's a lot more things going on, and I've seen it on like Instagram. It's like you got these chicks, they're pushing 300 pounds. They think they're hot and they need to be treated like they're a supermodel. You see it on Sports Illustrated with the big beautiful women kind of thing. You know, they include these plus size models. I don't know, I mean, maybe that's a thing for some guys. They want, here in Thailand they have Miss Chan. That music is so loud. I was just talking to someone yesterday about this. It's like we're sitting there, there's nobody in the place, and the music was like loud for the staff. It wasn't loud for us, but they just turned the music up, blared it away. So he's talking about the women, the problems there, and obviously I haven't been living in the United States for a long time. I haven't had to deal with women in the United States for a long time, but I do still remember what was going on. And I think about a few things that happened, and maybe when I left, everything was just starting to kick off. Things were starting to change, because I remember my girlfriend at the time in the States. I do remember her being a little bit left-leaning, we'll say. PC. And, it's one thing to be decent, fair, objective. It's another to, like I said, to ram an idea down someone's throat. Because as much as they want to change the way people think, they can't. If you got some guy, maybe you get some guy, I don't even want to get into it, because I know as soon as I say it, this video is going to get flagged. But I think you guys know what I mean. Back in the old days, in the 60s and 70s, things were a little bit different. And now people don't say the same things, they don't do the same things, So this place, without getting into it too much, this place has their own bakery. They make all their own food, and they've got great coffee. I need to get an espresso. This is their little bakery in the back. Flavor wheel. I mean, there are enough problems now between the gender issues, racial issues, identity problems, not to mention the problems with the government. And these problems seem to be getting worse. And I think that's what they're at the point now of. I think it's the government and the way that things are going is kind of at the point of no return for this generation. And so there's people, they're just going, listen, I got to get out of here. I'm ready to retire, whatever. This guy, what he wants to do, he wants to work another 5 years. He wants to be able to get some of the benefits that come with him working for over 20 years, not to mention the money. And the difference between him working for 22 years or 25 years and working for 17 years is the difference between struggling during his retirement and having a great retirement. So it's very important to him that he sticks it out. And there are several people that have come over here. I knew one guy who was a lawyer. Another guy is Jono, who came over here. They got out right at the right time because they were working in places that were more and more becoming woke, super woke. And yeah, now this place is starting to pick up here. And they got out at the right time. Same with even my parents. They got out at the right time. It's crazy, man. So I'm curious to know what you guys think. If you're watching this after the fact, once the stream is done, the live portion is done, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, chat away. Let me know what you think. And I really wish I could have put them on camera, just, face to face, and maybe one day I will. But, I got home and I looked at the footage, and then I started, there was several of us, and it wasn't always easy to separate the conversations. There was one person on top of another. And so if you're trying to alter the voice, it's a bit different. Yeah, I just watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High the other day. And I'm not going to say it in the stream because that would be a no-no. But, the guy, Stu Nahan, the sports announcer, sportscaster, was asking Spicoli, what did you think about these two other guys, these two other surfers? He goes, oh, those guys they happen to be gay, but he used a derogatory word. Yes, it's named for you could call it sippin'. If you want, you call it sippin'. Sippin' instead of drippin'. What's strange about this place is it's a bit set back off the road. And I thought that this place was like near NASA, like where you catch the City Link on Romkamhang, kind of set off of it. But it's not. We came all the way down Nowman. Now, I do have a little bit of a complaint lately and an observation, more of an observation. Because I've been out and about for the last 3-4 days. I've been going out every day. I've been going all the way across town. I've met with several people. Jono is on his way back to the United States. He's probably on a plane now. I don't really know, but I think he'd be on the plane still. You got Carlos back there, you got Billy, you got Soy Dog Cowboy, you got Chucky. Now I think Richard is still in Bangkok. There's all kinds of people that are coming over here. But the observation I wanted to make is I've been out and about a lot lately, and it's so hot and it's so rainy. I have not really wanted to do the whole take the boat, then get on the subway, take the subway, and then walk from this place to that place. I've just been like, all right, let me just get a taxi. Now, getting a taxi from my house is a little difficult. I wouldn't call it difficult, but you got to walk to the end of the street. It's very hot. It's not door-to-door service like Grab, InDriver, Bolt. And the last couple of days, I haven't been able to get either InDriver Bolt or Grab, I haven't been able to get a taxi. It's been so difficult. And with InDriver, it's like, it'll say, I think it said 171 baht, and the guy's like 279. He countered with 279, accept or decline. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna give you an extra 100 baht. Why? Finally, I walked out to the street and got my own, and got a taxi just off the street. You know, that's kind of how it's getting. Yesterday, I was coming from the mall. I was at the grocery. I go out. There's no taxis. They're raising the price of taxi fares in the next, I don't know, in the next couple of months. But supposedly the raise the flag fee or whatever they call it, the raise the meter is still 35 baht. But they're going to raise the price per kilometer or whatever, per tenth of a kilometer. They're going to raise the price because apparently it hasn't been changed for eight years. Let me show you guys something here. So now there's a lot of people coming in, sitting around. I guess what this place is really good for is to drive. You know, you're driving by, you pull into this big driveway. There's plenty of parking, and then you come in, get your food. You either sit here and eat it, drink your coffee, and then split, or you take it with you. Yeah, there's a lot of people starting to come in now, so I guess I got here at the right time. But anyway, so it's been getting more and more difficult to get taxis. And like I was saying, I was at the mall coming from the grocery store. I had a big bag of groceries. There's like 25 people standing in the taxi queue, and no taxis. And the guys who work there, I don't know what happened. They used to be so good. They'd run out and start waving taxis in. They would help people with their groceries. Now you're lucky if they help you with your groceries. You could have a huge bag of groceries and they just stand there looking at their phone. They don't even help you. I don't know what's going on. But so what happened was I couldn't get a taxi. I just stood there. And it was like 3 people left in like 30 minutes. I went, screw this. And finally I just walked over to a motorbike. And I got the motorbike. I had this huge bag of groceries. Threw it over my back. I go, let's go. And I had to take the motorbike back. And then yesterday, I was going over to Sukhumvit. Was it the day before yesterday? And this guy was supposed to pick me up. He's on his way. And I'm like, all right, fantastic. I got myself a taxi. And I'm really busy now. And the guy he's like in the next soy over. And he calls me up, I'm here. And I go, no, you're not in the right area, I'm sorry. You need to go one more soy down. No, I'm here. And I said, no, you're not here. You need to go down a soy and come down. I'm standing outside right now, you're not here. And he hung up on me and canceled the fare. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I complained about him. I wrote a complaint, but it was InDriver, so I didn't get charged. But anyway, it's something to take notice of. Now, I don't know if you know this, but AirAsia now has a taxi service, not only in Thailand, but in other countries. They're starting to have taxi service, a taxi service. So they do have one in Thailand right now. It was a little bit more expensive than Grab, and I didn't want to take it. And I didn't have my account set up to pay them and all that. But I'm going to do a comparison between the apps, and I'm also going to, there's a tuk-tuk service that they have, an electric tuk-tuk service that is now in place in Bangkok. And I'm going to take that tuk-tuk, and maybe I'll do a stream, maybe I'll do a video. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to take that service and see. And apparently Alex has already taken it, and he's like, it was cheap. I'm like, okay. So, Gennaro, the name of this place is Drippin. Yeah, I don't know. Do they charge you if you're drinking water in the back seat of their taxi? I can imagine on the weekends this place gets really, really busy. It's like a place where all the, people that work for a company, they come and they have a little bit. Oh, let's go down to Drippin Cafe. Let's go down to the Drippin Cafe and sit around and have coffee and do business. I don't think that the Phuket government wants to break that up. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? I don't think they want to break it up. If they did want to break it up, they could. It's just like, it's just like all the corruption here. The right guys are getting greased, and they're not gonna change. And that's one reason I don't want to ever live in Phuket. I don't want to have to deal with that. That's another reason why I was talking to my wife about Koh Samui, and I'm like, well, can't we stay there part-time, And she's like, yeah, we could, but, you're going to have to deal with the whole island mentality. It's small town, kind of, everybody sticks together. They know each other. And, as a foreigner, you're going to get charged more always and that kind of thing. So, but getting back to our subject at hand, I'm curious if anybody else here, who has worked in the corporate environment or an environment that feels the need to get woke, if they've had any issues or seen people with issues, if they have any stories, because I don't know what is the main purpose of all this, because these are not majorities. We're not talking about groups that are majorities. So maybe it's the people in power who they just want, maybe they, maybe they're the ones, they're like, we feel offended, so we're going to make it to where we'll never feel offended, and our friends will never feel offended. And the bottom line is, you're only going to be offended if you let yourself be. I mean, I know people say that it may be, you're born this way, but the truth is, in most cases, you make your own choices. So you got to deal with the repercussions. You got to deal with the consequences, and sometimes those consequences are not pretty. What about you're bald, and I'm shamed. I'm what do you call it if somebody is bald shamed? Hair shamed? I don't know, but the thing is that you don't see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so confused by all this. I'm confused because I don't know what you're supposed to say to people. And then that's the other thing. Somebody like me, let's say that I move back in a couple years and I'm like, okay, I've been living in Thailand for 32. It's like 32 years. It's almost like you're Rip Van Winkle. You go to sleep and this is how the world is. You wake up and you're in a different world, and you're supposed to act like you're supposed to know everything and the way that things are, and you're like, I don't like the way that things are now. I'm going to go somewhere else because I don't want to have to deal with this bullshit. So and the majority of Thais are still wearing their masks. This guy's not wearing his mask. Okay, so these two employees are not wearing their masks, but the vast majority of people are still wearing their masks here. I think I need an espresso. Shall we get one? We're gonna go over and get one. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Coffee espresso. Espresso cup. Espresso long. Go Brazil. I've never heard it put that way, Danny, but okay. Thank you. So far, I'm really digging this road setup. They have right now in the little bakery thing here. They don't have a whole lot. They got some croissants and like cheesecake and little, I don't know what that is, bread with like cheese in it and salmon inside of it. But apparently they make it first thing in the morning. The stuff should be replenished shortly. Why they weren't right now, I don't know. Gennaro, I have some bad news for you. This is completely a long distance from any Sarnies, and I still have not forgotten about Sarnies. I want to go over to the Sarnies near Icon Siam, and I will soon. I've been doing a lot lately, and I've been running around town. I wanted to go see Jono before he left. I didn't have time to go see him, and I was a bit bummed about it, but I did say bon voyage to him. Now, Gennaro, I got some bad news for you. The Starbucks in the mall Bankabi is basically the trio that worked there for such a long time. They are no more. Beer is gone and working in a new location. She is now a shift supervisor. Thank you very much. I'm staying at the same hotel for a few days when I get back, just for Sarnies. Oh my God. Well, Sarnies is good, man. Now I'm gonna have an espresso. It's good. See, I was talking to somebody yesterday. Shout out to my pal Steve. From Steve's Kitchen. Steve all over the world. What the hell was I talking about? We were talking about something, about... It's embarrassing. I can't remember what I was saying 2 seconds ago. Oh, God. Yes, very sorry, but beer is gone. Well, Scott is leaving. Scott is moving to Cambodia. Things change. I'm like the biggest constant. Still with the same woman, got the same kids, living in the same house. He went back home to stay with his mother for a while. Now he's back and he's getting ready to go to Cambodia. And I'm not sure if he's just going to go get set up there. I'm not sure how he's going to do it. I got to talk to him again. I only talked to him once since he came back, which was about a week ago. So, yeah, you know, things change, people change. Just like back in the States, there are some people that they stay in the same place all their life. They never go anywhere. They're at one job. And then there's people that are constantly changing jobs, moving around, you know. So, hey, Jim, good morning. I found out about this place from some Thai person that I know. And yeah, you know, it's. I would say this is a Thai version of Sarni's. It's this place is. I would say it's better than Roots. It's good. Good coffee. Brazilian coffee. But anyway, yeah, you know, this whole thing about all this stuff that's going on in the United States. I don't know, you know, what is it that they say about idle minds? I don't even remember what the whole phrase is, but it's something negative about idle minds. And, you know, I know that people are going to work every day and coming home and, you know, but being a first world country, I think that people have high expectations, and when they don't get them, and when things start to go wrong in the States, especially with politics, people start getting pissed. And then you got people who, you know, I want to be treated this way. And it's like, no, nobody gives a shit how you want to be treated. That's the thing. Like, I don't care how they want to be treated. I treat people as I see fit. And say what you will, but like for the majority of the majority of people that I interact with, I think I treat them very well, and I'm polite, and I try to be decent. And I think if more people started thinking that way, hey, let's just be decent to one another, even when there's a problem, instead of threatening them with legal action and, oh, you've got to do it this way, you've got to do it that way. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I hear about all this stuff. Oh, I've got to revamp my business because I've got to put a bathroom in for 2 genders. And from what Chuck has told me, because I talked to Chuck about these things, he said that most of the people are not upset about it. It's just a few people screaming really loud. You know, it's the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So there's 3 dudes working behind this bar, you know, in this little area. None of them have the mask on. The girl has a mask on. Okay, so 50 years ago, what were people doing? 20 years ago, what were people doing? Chick whips out her tits. She starts giving the kid some milk. She puts a blanket over. I mean, do you need to really make a breastfeeding booth? Really? Why? Mama needs to have a blankie that she can put over, you know, so certain pervs don't get all excited. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand it. You know, now I have an article I wanted to read, because when I heard this story and everything, I looked into a little bit, as I do. I actually had two articles. Oh, God. So they can't go into the bathroom? I mean, I understand, but go into the woman's bathroom and, like, you don't have to go into the stall. Females are females. Anyway, I looked into this, okay? Well, listen, you know, if it's a baby, if the baby is doing her thing, okay, great. If the woman's standing there with her titty hanging out, squeezing, she's got the breast pump on, and you hear this, yeah, well, that's L.A. Gennaro, you ain't gonna get out of L.A. fast enough, man. Believe me. From what I've heard and seen about California, from what I know about it, man, I will never live in California again. I won't set foot in California again. I don't care if it never rains in California. I ain't going back. And I lived there for many years, and it didn't used to be nearly the way it is now. So, you know, I understand it's natural. So if it's natural, then in the bathroom, put it in a woman's bathroom. You don't have to put it right next to the toilet. I mean, put it in make an office where all the ladies can go or something. Like a little part of the break room. Johnny, how's it going? How you going, mate? So let me read this article because I don't understand this mentality. And you guys can tell me if you do. It's called she, her, he. I can't even get it straight. I'm like, he's supposed to wear this tag. It says she, him. No, her, she. No, I don't even know what you're supposed to say. Anyway, the name of the article is She, Her, He, Him, They, Them pronouns and why they matter. Hey guys, do me a favor. Don't forget about clicking the thumbs up. Supposedly helps with the algorithm. I don't know if that's really true. But click the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, video or stream. If I just put up a video, then the next one's a stream. Today I streamed, Friday's a video. That's the way it works now. I've got it down now. It took me 10 years, but I've got it down now. Look in the description. You can get yourself a t-shirt. I have to say this. My kids are not around as much. Alex is fairly close to moving out, getting his own apartment. So we're going to be completely empty nesters now. Next couple of months. I'm really bummed about that, but my kids are not around as much. My wife always does the laundry. She does my laundry. I don't have an American in Bangkok t-shirt, and I have like 4 or 5 of them. They're all dirty right now. I give the laundry to her on like Saturday. She does the kids' laundry first. Then my laundry gets done. Except she didn't do it. So she's like, oh, I got busy and I fell asleep. And okay. So now it's, Wednesday. She got a load of laundry done for me. It's pouring rain outside, so all my laundry is inside, drying inside because it's been too rainy. So what I'm going to start doing is I got to take it down the street and have the lady down the street do everything except my unmentionables. That's my underwear, my socks, and all that other kind of stuff. I have to take it down, and the lady does it, and she irons it, and she does everything like that. So I'm going to have to start doing that. So, because my kids are not around to fold the clothes, to make sure they're hung at the right time, they're brought in at the right time. I don't know. Anyway, let me read this. Unless you live under a rock, it is likely that you have seen personal pronouns included in email signatures. No, I haven't. Never. I have never received an email with a signature that included a personal pronoun. I have seen them on Twitter, and I'm like, what the fungulo, man? Name tags, social media profiles, or business cards. But do you know why they matter? No, they don't matter. I don't care what anybody says. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a brute. I don't mean to be brutish. Oh, and don't forget, so the whole point of me talking about the laundry and the shirts is I don't have a shirt on, but that doesn't mean you don't need to go to my website and buy yourself a shirt, pick up some merch, go down in the description, figure out a way where you can show the love somehow. I'd appreciate it. Get yourself a shirt, a couple of shirts, whatever. Anyway, let me continue because I had to get that out of the way. Gender-implied pronouns are used every day in... No, they're not. Gender-implied pronouns are used in everyday conversation with little thought. Okay. Such as he to refer to a man, boy, or she to refer to a woman, girl. But these associations are not always accurate and can be hurtful when misused. I've only had 1 or 2 occasions where I wasn't sure what to call someone. And that's because they didn't have their name tag on in Starbucks. I had to ask what they were, and I didn't know. I don't know where they're coming from. Are there that many people around that don't know what their identity is? I don't know I'm a man. I don't know I'm a woman. Do I have a schlong between my legs? I mean, just reading this pisses me off. A person's appearance or name is often used to assume that person's gender. No, it's not. Appearance, yes. But you know what they say about assuming. Hi, my name is Pat. Is that Patty or Patrick? But you know what they say about assuming. The act of assuming, even if correct, sends a potentially harmful. How harmful is it? Well, you hurt my feelings. I don't mean to be cold and unfeeling, but Jesus Christ. A person must look or present a certain way to demonstrate the gender that they are or are not. See, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but gender is different from identity. My identity is I'm Scott Mallon. I am a man. My gender is male. I don't know how you get confused. That's the fact that they're confused is confusing to me. And I'm serious. I'm not trying to be a smartass, but I'm confused by it. I'm confused by all of it. And the thing is it gets me so confused. It's like my brain gets warbled. That's the only word I can think of. Warbled. I can't even think straight. I start thinking about it. I'm like, it fries my brain out to think about this shit. Using a person's correct personal pronoun is a way to respect them and create an inclusive environment. Why do we have to be so inclusive? Is Thailand inclusive? Do they feel that everybody who is a foreigner needs to be? I don't even know how to approach that. I mean, because you are not, I will never be Thai. And I spoke to a guy yesterday who said to me, oh, you've been here such a long time and your Thai is very good and now you're Thai. And I said, well, no, I will never be Thai. I know that. And he laughed because he knew it was true. All right, here we go. We got 4 more people coming. This place is kind of busy. I think this one might be a little bigger than the Sarnies over there on Soi Tonson. Especially with the outdoor area. But anyway, let me continue here. Using a person's correct personal pronoun is a way to respect them and create an inclusive environment. It can be offensive or harassing to guess someone's pronouns or refer to pronouns that do not match their identity. Okay, I know there's people out there that are mean or ignorant. So I understand that, but you know what? There's always going to be people who are mean and ignorant. It doesn't matter what the subject is. The 80-20 rule. When in doubt, ask. Some people get nervous about asking for pronouns, so the easiest way to lean into asking someone about their pronouns is to share your own. Hi, my name is Charlie, and I go by he, him, his pronouns. Hi, my name is Scott, and I go by he, him, and his. No, I go by Superman. Because you know how many times I've heard from women, you Superman. Okay, I must be Superman. I don't mean to make light of it, but like when you think about it. Hi, my name's Tinkerbell. I identify with Tinkerbell, so call me Tinkerbell from now on. Hi, my name is Charlie, and I go by he, him, his pronouns. By opening the conversation with your pronouns, you are signaling to the other person that you are familiar with the concept of pronoun. Yeah, I am. I'm looking at 4 women over here, and I'm looking at 4 guys over here. And there's a woman walking up here. By opening, okay, they respect your identity. This also increases the normalcy of sharing pronouns in public spaces and interactions. So what are some of the pronouns that people use? She, her, he, him, they, them. Zer, wait, what is this? No. Zay, her. Z-E, is that Zay or Z? Her. No pronouns, use my name. Don't refer to me by a pronoun, you just use my name, Superman. There are additional pronouns that some people might use. Z, zer, per, pers, a, m, xe, like xe, like xe exchange, xem, etc. What the f... Uh-oh. Who's old? The guy called her old. You old lady. Anyway, let's go on here. I don't want to eavesdrop. Oh, God. Please check with the person and or use online resources to learn the proper ways to utilize them. I don't even know what to say. How many times... There's only 39 people in here today. But out of the 39 people who are willing to say something in the stream here, in the chat, how many times are you asked to refer to somebody by their pronoun, such as Z, zer, per, pers, am? I've never heard that. And you know what? If that's how it is in Asia and that's how it remains, I'll be perfectly okay. I don't need to learn more than this. If I ever have to, I picked stud. I put my official request to move back to Thailand. Wait a minute, I don't understand, Fire Dude. To move back to Thailand, they were shocked. It's almost like a huge deal to move within the same region and do the same job. I don't know, you know, I don't see people jumping in. I call my so-and-so, I call them Zer all the time. I don't even know what that means. And, you know, this is the thing. I'm 60 years old. I know an old dog can learn new tricks. They can. Because I learn them all the time. Every day I learn new things. But I don't want to learn about this shit. It's like I don't want to read the Quran. I don't want to read the Bible. I don't need to. I don't want to. I don't want to spend my time doing it. And nobody's going to force me. I just don't understand this. What's the matter? Are there that many people walking around that don't know who they are or don't know what they were born with? Are there millions and millions of people? Why do we have to capitulate to these people? I don't understand. I'm curious if there's somebody that like wants to come in and chime in that, you know, is like somebody who I refer to myself as pers or per, whatever that is. Now you are probably wondering, what if I make a mistake? If you use the wrong pronoun for someone in a conversation and you immediately recognize it, correct yourself, apologize, and move on. It is important not to make the situation about yourself, your intention, or make excuses about the mistake. We all make mistakes, and even if you feel terrible about it, it is not about you. But what about when others make a mistake? For all you single guys, coffee shops can be a good way to meet women. All you got to do is use the magic words. Hello. Hi, how are you? Let's see here. If a person is not present when their pronouns are misused, it is our job to hold others accountable to use the correct pronouns. See, now this is something, it's not my job. Is it my job to... I just don't understand this. They're all sitting at one table. There's like 1, 2, 3, there's like 3 girls over there that Gennaro would be happy to call them barista. Anyway, you know, I don't want to sound harsh, but I'm baffled by all this. So when somebody else calls someone by a pronoun that isn't correct, I'm supposed to jump in and say something? It's none of my business. How about you worry about your damn self? Let the person who's being called the wrong pronoun deal with it themselves. I don't want to deal with it. Why the hell would I jump in and deal with it? None of my business. MYOB, mind your own business. It is your job to hold others accountable to using the correct pronouns. You know, Scott, you're supposed to call them Zer. Nobody's ever said that to me, and I hope no one ever does. When in a conversation with someone else who makes a mistake, there are a couple of ways to navigate the conversation and several things to consider. First and foremost is personal safety. Some people, this makes me laugh. They're that crazy about this. It's so ludicrous to me, I can't help but laugh. Some people may only use certain pronouns in various aspects of their lives. Some people do not feel comfortable being out in certain contexts. If you are not sure if the person has shared their pronouns with the person you are speaking to, ask them first before making the correction. See, this is a reason why I only have a small circle of friends. Because when I meet people, I don't want to have to deal with this bullshit. You can call yourself whatever you want. You know, just tell me. I want you to call me Miss Queen of the World. Okay, hi, Queen of the World. I'll call you whatever you want. Let me finish this because this is starting to grind my gears. So what is next? Implementing best practices for pronoun use. Share your pronouns as part of your introduction. Hi, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok, and I want you to call me Superman. So when you refer to me, Superman is going to the store. Superman, he's a very loving man. Superman, share your pronouns at the beginning of every meeting, even with folks who you have been regularly meeting or know. Pronouns can and do change for people. My name was Superman yesterday. Now I'm Thor the Hunter. The reason that this is an issue is because articles like this are given credibility by those who published them 30 years ago, would have never gotten past the editorial staff. Oh, God. Pronouns can and do change for people, including pronouns as a regular practice for introductions. Including pronouns as a regular practice for introductions provides space for people to share and be aware of how to refer to people who are new to the environment. Add your pronouns to your business cards, email signatures, and name tags. So from now on, the people who email me, they're going to, instead of Scott, an American in Bangkok, they're going to get Scott, the artist now known as Superman. And I'm gonna make a bunch of shirts that have the S on the shirt. It's gonna have my face. This is so crazy. I don't even know what to say. I am speechless. I am without speech. Isn't that something George Costanza? I identify as by Fern. Oh, God. Taking these small steps can have a huge impact on your team, coworkers, family, friends, and acquaintances. Through intentional effort, we build a more inclusive and equitable community. And who does not want that? Oh, fuck off. This was written June of 2021. It's in the Courier and Press by Ashley Reister. Now, she's not using her personal pronoun in this article. Somebody ought to look her up and see. And this is sponsored content. So somebody from one of these organizations had somebody write it up so that it would be published. And they got, they had to pay to get this put in. What a wonderful world. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't care what you want to be. Be whoever you want to be. Be all you can be. But when I see an article like this, I just go, what the fuck? I just say WTF. It's part of my effort to decrease my level of foul language usage. I am an FD. I am an MFer. I'm not gonna bend for this. This is so crazy. And you know, like, think about what we were originally talking about, the topic of this, Mr. Hunter. How fair is it for this guy? Imagine me going, I went to Vegas and gambled and banged a bunch of hoes, go-go dancers. They were fantastic. I got some escort off the strip. I paid $3 grand for her for an hour, but man, she did naughty things to me that no woman has ever done in my life. And I mean, I've had a lot of women, and she taught me things, this girl. And you go into work and you tell your buddy that, and your buddy tells some woman who's your boss. Next thing you know, you're fired. How fair is that? And how about you just go, I went to Vegas, I went into the casinos, man, what a time. I was in the casinos sometime, I was in the shows, there was the Rockettes, and I got to talking to one of them, and we went out. You don't even say you did anything. You don't even say that maybe at the end of the night, she's like, that'll be $5 grand for the whole night. You don't say anything like that. You just go, I went out with one of the Rockettes, you know, the ones that are kicking up their legs and stuff. And all of a sudden you get fired. Imagine some guy here in this little coffee shop. He goes, oh, I went out with this go-go dancer, and she did all kinds of naughty things to me. And the people that are working here go, well, let's talk about this after work. Okay, sorry about that. And then boom. Guy gets fired, he gets sued. I'm not feigning, what's the word? How do I feel? Disgust? I'm not feigning disgust. It's truly disgusting. Anyway, let's get back to the beauty of, let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive for all you people out there. Can we use the word people? People. Let's keep it positive. I like this place, so let me just give it another show here. Here we are right here. This is the bakery. This is the outdoor area. And of course there are other people here. So there you go. Now, maybe one day at some point, I'll be able to have this guy on in an interview and we can talk about everything that happened because, you know, I really didn't and don't want him to have problems with where he works. You know, pilots make a lot of money. They get a little bit of action here or there. You know, oh, you're a pilot, wow. So I can respect the fact that he doesn't want to lose what he has. But anyway, listen, I put up, what was the video I just put up? Can I remember? No, I can't. I know I had the 11, the youngsters, for youngsters. Gennaro, and then on widescreen TV, wow, what a blowout. Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, listen, I can see that, like, you know, you look at some women who are plus-size models, and they're not ugly. They're not, like, hideous. But are they, like, the stereotype of what every man thinks is a supermodel? No. How do I know this? Because I've talked to thousands and thousands of men in my life, and not one of them has said, I want some chick who's about 350, as in pounds. I just never have seen it. So, you know, I don't make the rules. No, not one person does. It's society as a whole who decides what they find attractive. And some guys, a small percentage, may find that very attractive. Good for them. Anyway, what else we got? Anybody else got anything they want to say here before we close up shop? Don't forget to click the, what is it? What button is it? The join button. This has fried my brain, this topic. Between the guy, when I first heard this story of this guy, I was like, come on, man, nothing's gonna happen. Now, nothing did happen, but, you know, it's like women who say that this person, they falsely accuse someone of doing something, the R word, which I'm not gonna say, just because of YouTube. They falsely accuse a man of doing something. And this is one of the things that the guy said. He said, you know, you take some woman out, they think they've got this connection with you, and you know, maybe you sleep with them. And, you know, you're like, oh, that was nice. And then you're like, okay, see you later, honey. And you never talk to him again. You never talk to him again. And they get mad. And then the next thing you know, you got some accusation against you. You know, I don't know how often that happens, but that's pretty dirty. That's pretty low down and underhanded. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 7 is too low, like what? 90 kilograms. Anyway, I identify as Superman, an American in Bangkok. I'll tell you one thing that this place, because it's kind of like a warehouse, it's got that, it's loud. Voices carried. It's got the high ceiling. Longhorns, you don't know when you're coming back yet? You still don't know? I was wondering if you were still alive. I haven't seen any TikToks lately. Yeah, it's a nice place. It's nice. It's a ways though, man. And you know, I gotta go to the mall and do a few errands and well, the sound is good because I'm using the Rode Wireless Go. I think that's what it's called. I've been looking forward to using this thing. I don't know, he's never around anymore. You know, whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, maybe he'll come back and he'll be busy on here for a couple of weeks. I think I mentioned the guy who he came to me and he said, he was out, I met him, and he said, you know, I used to watch your channel. I said, what do you mean used to? Yeah, you know, and that's what happens. Everybody, Gennaro, it'll happen with you. It's happened with everybody. You know, you watch for, just like, you know, I watch a certain show, after a while, I'm like, bored with it. You know, I get it, you know. New people come in, replace the old. It's like people die off, you know. That's another thing. People die. People get married and they go, there goes my dream of going to Thailand. My wife won't let me go there. But it's amazing just how many people now are saying to me, You know, I got to get out of here. I'm gonna leave. I'm planning to go over there. I hadn't planned to, but now I am. It's amazing, really. I hear it almost every day from at least one person. So they got a lot of people working here, and not that many. Not really all that many people. I don't know, you know. I don't know what the deal is. Gotta get one of these little teapots. Kind of nice little. The last time I looked at a grinder, it was from that little cafe in the market that I went to that had the Roke coffee maker. The guy who has his own beans and stuff, and asked me to go to Chiang Mai with him. He had like 10 of these little grinders. I'm like, oh wow, I wonder how much those are. They're like 10,000, 12,000 baht each. I'm like, he's got like 10 of them. Spent like $3,000 on grinders. Well, you know, I guess the IRS can get you wherever you are in the world, but the taxes and issues with taxes and rising taxes and the IRS and the fact that the United States bases its taxation policies on citizenship as opposed to location. That's the biggest reason why people are leaving the United States. It has nothing to do with, well, that's the biggest reason. There are other reasons, one of them being they don't like the political situation, the rising cost of living, et cetera, et cetera. But let me tell you something. I got an espresso. The espresso here was 100 baht, which is 10 baht less than Starbucks. The dirty coffee was 150 baht, and let me think here, it was 285, 385. So it's about almost $11 for, not bad actually, almost $11 for a nice croissant, a dirty coffee, and an espresso. So. Not exactly cheap. It's not black. What do you call it? What's the one? Is it Black Canyon? No, not Black Canyon coffee. What's the one? Oh, Cafe Amazon. It's not Cafe Amazon prices, but then the coffee is a lot better, and even the decor is 10 times better. Cafe Amazon is like McDonald's on a low-end McDonald's. Starbucks is McDonald's. This place is a step or two above. So, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Remember the name. Just think of the STD, Drippin. Drippin Cafe. And you can find this place. I don't know how many people would get out here, to be quite honest. I thought it was over by where NASA used to be and where the CityLink train is on Ramkapang. I thought it was over there for some reason. I don't know. So I took a motorbike over, so when the guy started driving this direction, I'm like, man, I hope I'm going the right way. But so this is out by like, it's called Nuanchan. And it's by Pati Korn. Wee corn being, the wee is V, so Pati V corn in English, market. So if you look at that, it's close by Drippin Cafe. I don't know about mango smoothie. I didn't look at it. Don't know how much. Maybe on the way out I can look. So give me a minute, but. They may have it. I don't know. I don't see any blenders or anything, but maybe there's some in the back. Yeah, there's stuff in the back. In the back is where they do the heavy duty stuff. This is just coffee right here. This little area. bakery areas where they do all the hardcore cooking and whipping and everything. So I'm gonna take off from here, and we'll walk out together. Electric Talk. I don't know, Alex went on the electric tuk-tuk. I'm always worried about the Chinese. I don't trust them. I don't trust the Chinese government. Although I don't think they could do shit really when it comes to, you know, physical damage. I mean, obviously they can, but I don't think they will. I think that would be a mistake. But, you know, globally they're a pain in the ass. They're a thorn in someone's ass. And I don't particularly enjoy them. You know, this is the thing. Like I said the other day, you always got to have a plan B. We got a loose plan B. We got a loose plan C. We got a loose plan D. You know, if it really got that bad. And, you know, the thing is, okay, I'm almost 60. If I was to live another 25 years, yeah, maybe something will happen. Maybe there'll be a massive shift in globally. But right now, I'm not worried about it. And hopefully there will still be some places remaining that you can run to, you know? Hopefully there'll be some little islands that the Chinese don't want to have any part of, they don't care about. Anyway, better get out of here. No, I have not, and I've heard good things about it. I know some people who have been there. I know 3 or 4 people who have been there, and they say good things about it. Why, is Gennaro thinking about becoming a Argentinian expat? You're not user-friendly. I've never been user-friendly. I don't play with well with others in the playground. Anyway, let me go over here. I'm gonna get out of here. So it's gonna be a little shake because I'm not on the gimbal today. All right, let me see here. Let's get out of here. Let's see if I can figure out how much the mango smoothies are, if they have any. Creme brulee. Let's see here. I just want yeah, this is what I want. Frappe. It doesn't look like they have any. Soft drinks. The frappes are like 170, 180 baht. So it's just like Starbucks. Let's get out of here. All right, so let me show you this. You just wave your hand here, and it opens up. Very nice. Yeah, see, big parking area. Drippin coffee. Pretty cool. I don't know what this means. Drip omakase cup bean steam. All right, so here we are. Look at this big parking lot. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna have to end the stream though because but I want to turn around and show you this. This isn't, I don't know, man. I don't know what the deal is with this area because I've never really been out here. Look at that car over there. That's pretty cool. Old car. So this is, I mean, It's set back a ways. There is a hospital over here. It starts with an N. I don't remember it. I don't remember the name of it. I'm sorry. Nawaje or something like that. Nawaji. It's Nava, and I think it's JE. Drippin coffee. So I got to see if I can get to a place where I can get myself. There was a taxi. 2 taxis went by right there. I didn't even notice. Got to cross the street. So what is this? This is soy Nuanchan. Nuanchan. Let's take a look at this car. Pretty sweet aside from the rims. Yeah, I've already used up a lot of my 9 lives, so all right, I'm gonna have to step out here. Anyway, this is Khlong Lam Chiak Rd. See if I can get myself a taxi here. Ugh. So this is the thing. There's not a whole lot out here that I've seen. I mean, Kasetsat, Nauman Road, that leads to Weepati Rangsit, or Weepati, not Rangsit, Weepati. Weepati Road, but that's a ways away. There's nothing that I know about out here. Nice area though, and there were a couple trendy little clubs on the way over here, so let me just walk a little bit. Keep an eye out for a taxi. Oh, I got plenty of cash. All right, good. It's really strange. Not that many taxis. And, you know, I mentioned it the other day, but it does seem like they're eliminating a lot of bank branches and also ATMs. There's not as many ATMs around. Here's a taxi right here. We'll get in here. Let's see if this guy will pull over for me. The guy sees? He had to see me. How would I rate Khabib? Come on, man. He was undefeated. How can you rate him? He was a very, very good fighter. And I think he's never going to come back, though. But he was a very, very good fighter, and he's one of the best. What I'm looking forward to is seeing Anderson Silva fight, I don't know, is it Logan Paul or Jake Paul? I can't remember. I think it's Logan Paul. He's fighting him, and Anderson Silva knocked out, I think it was Holyfield and also Tito Ortiz. No, that was Belfort who knocked out Holyfield. I forget who else Anderson Silva beat. Oh, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Man, there are no taxis. This is the problem. I cannot find taxi. No have. Look at this bus over here. I wonder how old this thing is. So is the sound better? Can you tell the difference between the sound now and the sound before? Because it should be quite a bit better. All right, here comes a taxi, but I don't know if it's available or not. Yep. Let's see if he comes over to me. Won't stop. I gotta say that I've grown slightly disappointed with Grab and InDriver lately. I haven't used Bolt in like 3 years, but I've grown a little bit disappointed in them because they are starting to have some issues on a fairly regular basis now that they never had before. But now, because a lot more people are using them, they're starting to have some problems, some issues. The guy who hung up on me yesterday, who was a block away from me, he had a rating of 4.4. And I wonder if I should take this guy, because all the guys I get usually are 4.9, 5.0, maybe 4.8. And I went, okay. And then sure enough, when he called me, it was like there was something wrong with the guy. He didn't sound all there. And he just hung up on me. And I was like, well, maybe that's why he's got a 4.4 rating. Yeah, hello. Take me to the mall, Bankaby, please. I'm just standing here waiting for a taxi. I could just like cut you guys off and try to get a Grab or whatever, but I really don't want to. There's no need to. Shouldn't be. Here comes a taxi, but looks like it's not available. No, nobody from Grab has ever said to me, you pay extra money on top of what it says to pay in Grab. With, what Grab says is what you pay. And what I always do is I got my card linked to it, my bank account linked to it, and I just say, no, you pay with the card or whatever, and that's it. So my motorbike taxi was 106 baht to get over here. He got 106 baht, and the guy was a nice guy. I gave him a 20 baht tip. So much for me not needing a car, huh? Could use a car right now. Could have just been, I could be on my way to the mall right now if I had my own car. But most of it, well, at least until recently, I haven't had these kind of problems. This guy's not available. Here comes another one, not available. Another one, not available. Wow. The life and times of an American in Bangkok. I guess I could walk down the street just because. We'll see what's down here. Nobody coming right now. Street food. It looks about 50 years old. It says this year, June to July. Got some noodles, got some drinks. Here's a little coffee shop right here, Intanin. No taxis. Wow. Crazy. Oh, here's one up here. Here's a taxi up here. Let's see if this guy will, if he will turn around. Oh, he's going that way, so he doesn't want to come this way. Jesus criminy. The Thais are pretty neutral. They don't want to lean towards the U.S. and they don't want to lean towards the Chinese. This is starting to get a little bit frustrating. Can I please get a taxi? Please? There's Captain Marvel over there. I think that's who that is. You see the guy standing there? Captain Marvel. Wow, I'm like shocked that I can't get a taxi. No taxis here. That's unbelievable. Let's just go walk a little bit more. Ducati, ooh yeah. There's the little Captain Marvel. Ducatis. Still no taxis, man. $10. Smells good. Noodles, probably. Let's see here. What is this? One pie. Oh, it's a barber shop. Massage parlor. Anytime you see these letters, knew it. Means massage parlor.
This is a very Thai neighborhood. Kwitiao Guy Ma Kwitiao Loop Chin Mu Nam Sai. There's a motorcycle taxi. Wow, I mean, I haven't seen one taxi in what, 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Oh, here we go. And you know what's so funny? Look at this, the sweet box. That's the name of the joint. Go by the mall Bangkok cup. Fucking cunt. I got it on film. Good. Bastard. Oh, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. They seem to, they just don't care, and they wonder why people use Grab. It's because they decide they don't want to go somewhere, so that, oh, I don't want to go there. They don't want to pick me up. So technically, if we were in America, I could actually call them up and they would actually do something to the person who's driving. Now, they don't do shit. The Department of Transportation here is, unless they do something physically to you, they're pretty useless. And I don't know why they used to have an app and people were reporting so many bad cases with taxis that they just took it down. All right, here comes another taxi. Let's see if this guy is decent. Anytime they roll down the window, to me, that's a bad sign because it's... What are you doing? He turned around. Oh, God. Oh, he went to get the girl? Well, you know, can't blame him for that, I guess. Do I choose the chubby little farang up ahead, or do I choose the girl? You know, it happens once in a while. Well, that's why I don't give a shit if I ever give them a tip or not. That's the whole point. Why do I care about giving them tips if they're not cool, if they're not nice? Why? What? If they have a bad attitude, you know? And the thing is I don't want any problems. You know, I mean, even me rapping on the back of his thing, the guy could have stopped, got out with a crowbar. You know, not the brightest move on my part. But they know. They know, hey, I am not supposed to do this. They know the rules. They know the laws. And they know people are pissed off. And this is the thing. This is why no one gives a shit about taxi drivers. I don't care about them. To me, they're a bunch of dogs. And the thing is that the bad apples, the couple of percent that are bad apples, they make it bad for all the taxi drivers. And you know what? I don't care. It's not my job to care whether they're good drivers or bad drivers. If they're not good drivers, then fuck them. You know, I'll use Grab, I'll use whatever. And even them, they're starting to have issues, like I said. So, you know, it makes a good case for all I got to do is jump. Even the Songtao, there's two Songtao guys now, and sometimes a woman. And the Songtao woman is great. The Songtao men, both of them, you know, they go inside and they sit down and they go take a shit and it's like you only have to go 2 times an hour back and forth. You go 2 times an hour back and forth, and it really takes 10 minutes each way. So, or 10 minutes, 10 minutes each way. So they have extra time, plenty of extra time. Here comes a taxi, but it looks like it's not available. I'm wondering kind of if after the pandemic, if they just have less taxis. No, it's available. He just waved and went on by. Here comes another one, not available. Now, I will say this is the first time in a long time that this has happened where they won't even stop, they won't even take me. You pay $300. Fuck off. This guy's gonna pull away. See if he'll take me. Find a more bunky cup. All right, cool. Okay, guys. I'm on my way. Very good. I'm in one of those situations where I don't know which personal pronoun to use. I'm serious. Let me see. I think it's a male. Of course I have the Grab app, Gennaro. I have every freaking app possible that I need in Thailand. That's not a very good question, Gennaro. I have the Grab app, I have the InDriver, I have the Air Asia, I have the Bolt, I have damn near everything you need in Thailand, whether it's in English or Thai, I have it. So, of course I do. But I did not want to take a Grab, and I was streaming, so, you know. So, I'm going to stick around for another 5 minutes. Here's Benelli tires. And this is we're definitely in a very Thai neighborhood. I can't remember the name of the street, but it runs into Nawaman. Maybe Nawaman. I don't know. Let me see here. I'm not sure yet. I think it is Nawaman, but let's see. อันนี้ถนนอะไรครับ
นี่ไอ้ชื่อเต็มเหรอ รัชดารามอินทรา
Raminta. Okay, so it's Raminta.
รัชดา
Rachada.
รามอินทรา
Rachada. So we're near like Rachada and Ramintra. So.
ครับแต่ถ้าไอ้เป็นอะไรเขาก็จะเรียกเกษตรนวมินทร์แต่ชื่อ
Yeah, I use Grab most of the time. I use Grab. I can't remember the name of the other one. My wife does all the ordering most of the time. Why would I ask that? He doesn't know. And, you know, what they'll say is, oh, you know, he has somebody already. Well, then why do you have the light on? That's the thing. If technically the way that it works is if they have the light on it, that says Wang, which means available. If they're available, they have to pick you up. But, you know, just like in everything that has to do with Thailand, just because they have to pick you up doesn't mean they will. Just because the law says it doesn't mean that they will. So, you know, I mean, it happens. But for the most part, maybe it was just the area I was in, you know, I don't know. And there weren't a whole lot of cabs. Maybe it's, you know, oh, I've got to go home. This is my cab. I got something to do. Here's a super rich over here. Yeah, I could call the company and complain. Actually, you don't call the company. You call the Department of Transport. and you file a complaint with them. And I have the guy's license. I can do it. But do you know what a hassle it is to do that? Do you think if I spent all my time reporting taxis, it was much easier with the app. You just took a little photo of this thing, the little plate, and then you sent it in and you wrote a few words, and that was it. And then what they did was they gave the guy a demerit, and if he got a certain amount of demerits, they just suspended his license. But they'll drive without a license. It doesn't matter. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, good night, good night, good night, good morning. Don't forget to check out the website for the shirts and stuff like that, the merch. Please do so. That's how you guys can help the channel. It's one of many ways. I'm gonna show you some of this. We're getting into the business decrepit area. All right, you look up ahead, it will tell you where we're going. I'm into. So this is going to run into, you see Bangkok is up to the right. This is going to run into Nawamin Road. Ani Nawamin Kang Na, chima? Yeah, so right up ahead is Nawamin Road. You take a right, you go straight. Nawamin turns into Lad Prao Road. Lad Prao, you just go straight up, and then the mall is on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, they've made it very difficult to take a taxi from the mall to go back towards my house. Because, like I said a week ago or so, they got this huge metal beam, and I mean, it's massive. And they just laid it down right on the ground so that there's absolutely no way that anybody can drive and turn to go and make a U-turn or to turn left. So now you have to go like, I don't know how many meters down the road, but it's just really, the traffic is all jammed up because of the SkyTrain and subway that they're making. And it's not just here, not just around my house, it's everywhere where they're making it. I don't know. I mean, you're asking me so many questions. It's, after about 3 years, I spoke halfway decent Thai. Now I speak about 3/4 decent Thai. If I don't know, if I've never been in a situation before, then I got to kind of wing it. I may not know. I need to improve, but and I need to learn how to write in Thai better because my writing skill is piss poor. I can read it pretty easily. I can speak fairly well. I get by without any problems, but you can do it by osmosis. So if I remember correctly, just up. No, we passed it up already. Here's Tops Market. We're turning here, and we're going to be. This is Nawamin Road. You can see Nawamin. Boom. We turn. And this street, just like Lad Prao, is crazy. There is no SkyTrain coming down here, but the boat comes this way, the electric boat. So, for those of you who didn't hear, I'll say it one more time. The little trio of girls that used to work in Bangkok is no longer there. The one girl went to one place. Beer is now a supervisor at another store. And I think the one girl, Preo, is still working there. I just saw her the other day. But she doesn't seem like she's there all the time now. So I don't know what's going on. Here, I did a video about this place, Chok Di Dim Sum. Wasn't exactly the greatest food, but I did a video about the place many years ago. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok Di Leo Jerken Mai. All right, take it easy. Khap Kun. All right, talk to you guys later.